I will now request Amit Prabhuji to give Prabhu's brief introduction, and then Prabhu will begin his wonderful session today regarding all children will like it, I'm sure. Let us hear from Amit Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji to you. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Hare Krishna Prashant Mukund Pr, Danvat Pranam.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna dear youth, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru and Gauranga. A very warm welcome to all of you in this beautiful cold weather, and thank you very much for joining Partharthi Foundation youth classes. We are very fortunate that today we have His Grace Prashant Mukund Prabhuji in our house today. He is going to give an amazing session for youth on the topic No More Exam Fear, Good Marks Are Near. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for accepting our humble invitation. Prabhuji is a very well-known personality and does not need any kind of introduction. But for the sake of purity of my speech, I am trying my best to give a brief introduction about Prabhuji. His guest Prashant Mukund Prabhuji is an international spiritual guide and counselor for ISKCON Dwarika. He is a disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Prabhuji is associated with ISKCON and doing preaching from last 16 years. He is very well known for Bhagavad Katha Saptah and hundreds of motivational seminars. Prabhuji has awarded twice as a spiritual icon of Asia guest speaker. He is a science graduate and MBA with diploma in London in pharma. Prabhuji, please forgive me if I commit any mistake while giving your introduction. Let us welcome Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now I am requesting Prabhuji to take over the call and provide the nectar of today's topic to all of us. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much, Partharthi Foundation, for giving me opportunity to speak on a topic, how to overcome the stress of examinations. So it's a very prevalent topic in nowadays because all the students, all the youth, all the parents are undergoing a stress. Even the grandparents are going under a stress of examinations, how children will perform and how they will take up the name of their community. So nowadays, studying means what in today's scenario? Studying means student plus dying to get the good marks. So students plus dying is become studying. So students are dying become studying nowadays. But people ask different questions, how to overcome the stress. So we need to go to the spiritual side of overcoming the stress. So what is the cause of this stress? So first of all, we need to understand what is the cause of the stress. So let's begin with the spelling called CAUSE, cause. Even in the parents' life, even in the grandparents' life, even in the employer's life, everybody's life, why this stress comes, why the students, instead of becoming relaxed, studying whole the year, they still undergo a stress, a pressure. Who create this pressure? Why the parents' expectations is too high? Why the community expectations are too high? How to overcome this expectations of a community, parents, ourselves? So I'm just taking you on a whiteboard. So if we write a word called cause, so what is the cause of this stress? So one by one we will understand. C means the casual attitude. A means the association. U means understanding the goal. S means spirituality, and E means eating habits. So these are the 5 reasons which the research says students undergo stress while examinations. So we need to understand each by each, one word by word. So what do you mean by this casual attitude? So casual attitude means the whole year students are not focusing on their examination, or the parents are also thinking that child will come up with good labor work, good understanding in the end of the year. So whole year they keep visiting many places, enjoying with friends, and they do not focus on the regular studies. What I have experienced, if somebody is giving at least 3 hours per day to their regular studies, whatever been taught in the school, college, or in whatever areas, there is no extra studies required. Even in devotees' life also. If you're reading Bhagavad Gita every day, and in 3 4 years, your understanding will become that you do not need to do any extra studies. But there are some people, those who wait for the last moment of their life to read Bhagavad Gita. They say, we'll read, but in the last phase of our life. So that is the casual attitude people have for their scriptures, for their life, for their understanding, and students for their examinations, for their academic books. So first of all, we need to come up this casual attitude in whatever class you are. You need to focus every day 3 hours you need to give on the regular studies instead of once in a week or twice in a week. Second is association. Kind of people you are associating with. If student is associating with someone who is very pathetic in studies and very good at video games, enjoying on television, and they will motivate you. What are you doing? You are wasting your life in studies. Who has got successful after studying? Actually, studying will not result you in the success. Success will come by applying your brains. If you are a intelligent man, studies, scores does not matter. And if you're not intelligent, you will get good marks, good scores. So these kind of people demotivate or gives lot of stress. So we need to choose our friends or associating, like senior people need to associate with people, those who motivate on the path of whatever path you're running or moving on. If you're moving on a spirituality path, you need people, those who motivate for the spirituality. So we need to make friends, communities, association where people don't demotivate. One person can demotivate you for one time. Second time, you need to be very cautious that I need not to associate with this person. Again and again, you are associating with the wrong person and you are cribbing. He is wasting my time. He is criticizing. He is criticizing the school. He is criticizing the management. He is criticizing the teacher. He is criticizing the parents, the kind of environment parents are providing. It is of no use. We should not criticize. We should not crib. Instead of best utility, Srila Prabhupada used to say, best utilization, whatever conditions, whatever environment God has gifted you. So association is very important. Third is understanding the goal of life. So this is true that if somebody has got 99% marks in school and never understood the highest goal of life, that to become a good human being first, and second, being a good devotee, then person wastes his life. What happens? Even the devotees' children are not become devotees because devotees become devotees externally, not internally. Devotees, when go to temple, they behave like a devotees. They put tilak. They will behave in a very humble manner. But the moment they come home, they behave like normal human beings. They fight. They talk about the negativity in the temple, negative people all around. They will never talk about the good things they have learned. This creates negative environment on the mindset of a child, and maximum devotees face a struggle that their children are not becoming devotees. They are not interested on the path of spiritual life because children in very early age have seen parents scribbling about the spiritual life, about devotees, and this makes a very higher impact on the children's mind. So this parents need to take care, and children need to take care that understanding the goal of life is to become a good human first and then to become a good devotee. So, in the race of getting the highest scores or career orientation, parents are giving pressure. If I cannot fulfill some dream, my child will fulfill that dream. And even the child does not want, parents are giving him pressure that you need to follow a path which I could not complete. If father was a chartered accountant, he will try 99% that my child should become a chartered accountant and should flourish in a career which I am opting for him. Maybe he wanted to become a dancer. Maybe he wanted to become a cricketer. Maybe he wanted to become something else. So sometimes the children need to be given an opportunity. Even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, there is a swabhavik nature, inborn nature of a soul, a swabhavik, inborn nature. And that inborn nature, we cannot pressurize someone to opt for. So give the opportunity of choosing to the students. And students also should understand that I do not have to follow a path which is in pressurized. I need to follow a path which I like to do. Because maybe you could perform very good in some academics, but it's not necessarily that you are liking it for the whole life. Might be you're getting good scores in mathematics. It does not mean that you have to become a mathematician. Are you liking to become a mathematician? So in today's era, complete world thinks if you're getting a high score, you are an intelligent person. But is not necessary in the race of life. Many people, those who have joined, like I go to many colleges for giving examination, and many parents share their realization. Very, very big colleges, I will not take any name, engineering colleges, medical colleges, people are dying to get the entry examinations and to enter into those colleges. After getting 98%, 99%, when students reach to the college, the kind of pressure the colleges are providing, students undergo drugs and alcohol. And professor told me this. Professor told me that 60% of the students in the colleges nowadays, they are using drugs and alcohols. So many doctors share with me, Prabhuji, you are on such a platform where you speak and people listen. Why don't you speak about this all? That getting the good score is not the goal of life. Though the good scores are very good to opt for a career, we are not denying on the labor work, which we have already discussed about. We should not become casual about studies. But it does not also say that if you get 99% marks, you are a successful man. There was a person called Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig was a writer of many books, very successful man. He used to write books. He wrote one book which was called as How to Overcome Frustration. And his book was a very good seller on the airports, railway stations. You go anywhere in mall, any online bookstore, you will find the bestseller book, How to Overcome Frustration. And as material world goes, everybody purchases, reading, and trying to opt what are the suggestions given in that book. After many years, Daniel Craig was found that he has done suicide, and he left one letter for the people, his followers, which was found under his pillow, that I am dying of frustration. And that letter was kept in a book, the book named How to Overcome Frustration. And book was written by that person who did suicide. So what do you mean? These academic books, people think that I will read a book called 1 Minute Manager and I can become a manager in 1 minute. Even I have done MBA of my life. MBAs or academics never give you thought process. Never give you a thought process that you can become a manager or you can become a doctor. I have seen many people, those who have done MBBS and MD, their career is not flourishing. They are very locally called doctors, but they even cannot earn a good penny because of some reasons. So most important is that while doing our academics, while choosing our academics, while giving examination, we should not go under a stress or a pressure that only the marks is the success of life. Every year when I go to medical colleges, people share that students, because of not performing above 95% marks, they do suicide. They underwent depression for 1 year and then without telling anyone, because parents were also expecting and teachers were expecting, and student could not tolerate all those pressures, and he or she thought the last option is hanging around. So when I go to medical colleges, again, doctors and the senior professors ask me that when you go in some student sessions, please request that academic success is not the success of life. Parents, please understand. Students, please understand. There was one person, everybody knows that he was a failure of life. He could not do good in any of the examinations in life. Even in the legislative assemblies, even in the local counseling sessions, even in the normal government jobs, even in colleges, he could not perform. Till the age of 65, he could not perform any good in his life. And later on, that person gave an test for Senate elections. Senate means the topmost elections of America. And he became the president of America at the age of 68. And his name was Abraham Lincoln. If you go and read his biography, he has never won any elections before that. He could not perform good even his personal family life. His wife left him because of he don't know how to make relations. So thinking about someone's examination that you could not perform on 8th class, you could not perform on 10th class, you could not perform on 12th class, your board exam, oh, you could not join IIT, you could not join NIT, you could not join medical college. It does not mean that you are not successful person. Success means when you know your soul. Success means when you know the purpose of the birth, when you know why we are born on this earth. That is the successful man. When someone sleeps happy, at night there is no stress. And if you could not understand that purpose of life, whatever you earn, whatever you learn, it's all waste because you are sleeping in stress. So, spirituality, which is our fourth part, S, spirituality gives you that way. Spirituality means what? Spirituality means something you do on the basis of spirit. Just I give an example. If we break this word, so what is spirituality? Very important component of the cause of stress. If we miss on spirituality, we can never get out of stress. Now we break spirituality into two parts. Spirit plus rituals. Rituals are called as Vidhi Vidhan. Like incenses, like lighting a lamp, or reading a book, paying obeisances. This can be a ritual which anybody can follow externally. What do you mean by spirit? Spirit means soul. So, whatever activity you do to connect with God, which connect with God, soul and a God connection, that is the spirit. So, we can do incenses, we can do lighting of a lamp, reading of a book, or obeisances, or prayers, but we need to understand that we are doing it for connecting our soul to the God. That is the main purpose of doing spirituality. So, if we do spirituality and we don't feel any connection with God, we don't understand who is God, then you will get, even after doing the rituals of Sanatan Dharma or the Hindu Dharma or ISKCON, that Mama says chant one round, I am chanting but not becoming happy. She says read Bhagavad Gita, I am reading but I am not feeling happy. I am still under stress because you are not doing spiritual work. You are doing only ritual work. So when you do spiritual work, when you put your soul in connection with God, even for some minutes, it can take you out of stress. Just sit down idle, do not do any activity, close your eyes, and chant the name of God just for 5 minutes, for a whole day. And there will lot of imaginations will come in your mind. Let the imaginations, thoughts keep coming in your mind. Do not get disturbed. Mind will waver from one place to another, but you should not get disturbed. Follow the path that I need to sit idle. I should not do any work right now, and think I am doing spiritual work. I am a soul, and try to connect the soul with the super soul, God, Krishna. Try to connect. And when you feel that connection, all the stress will go away. All the stress. So there is a In Manu Smriti, one shloka comes which says, Santosham Moolam hi Sukham, Dukkha Moolam Viparya, Sukha Moolam. So, Sukh means happiness. When you are under stress, you cannot feel happy. Asantasahe Kuta Sukham, Bhagavad Gita says. If you are Ashant, you cannot feel happy. Ashant means you are under stress. Asantasaye kuta sukham. If you are under stress, you cannot feel happy. And if you want to feel happy, you need to be out of stress. And how to become out of stress? Santosha moolam hi sukham. You need to be feel satisfied with whatever I am getting. Satisfied does not mean that you stop your studying, you do not work, you become lazy. Satisfied does not mean this. Satisfied means I try my best, but I am ready for any situation, thinking as the result of God. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you do your 100% and leave the result in my hand. You are only able to do the work, but the result is not under your hand. Karmanya adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachna. You can work harder, but result is not in your hand. So do not get attached to the results of your work. If I am studying 7 hours, 8 hours, I must get this much percentage. Maybe God has planned something else for you. Maybe God has planned. So think whatever comes in life as a God's planning. So we were studying about cause. C means the casual attitude. A means the association. And then U means understanding the goal of life. S means the spirituality. Do not miss the component of spirituality in your daily life. And E is for eating habits. It has been found that while exams, why students go under fever, examination stress, examination fever, it's all because they think a lot and they eat irrelevant food. If some student is studying for 1 hour or half an hour, craving will increase. Need to eat more. Cravings. Even sometimes parents also provide lot of food, thinking that eating will help to learn more. So eating will help, only the nutritious food will help, not the fast food will help you to grow. So while studying, do not try to have a fast foods, burger, pizzas in a middle break of your studies, in your preparatory leaves. If you eat fast foods more and you think lots, these fast foods will do some chemical reactions in your thought process and you will undergo stomach aches, body aches, viral fever, and you will not able to perform nicely. So try to eat almonds, cashew nuts, or have some milk and some nutritious rice or prasadam. Most probability is to take prasadam. Always offer to food Lord Krishna and then take it. This will help you to relieve your stress. And then there, I want to share a story. There were two students. One was Rahul and another was Vikram. Rahul studies and uses an energy without thinking that what will be the result. And Vikram, he don't study much, but he wastes his energy in thinking what will happen if I will not perform better. So one was studying and another was thinking. Both were investing their time. So it's my question to the students. What do you think? Who will perform better, Rahul or Vikram? Anybody can answer it? Students? Okay. Kavya, you answer it. Please unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Rahul.
Okay, Rahul, please.
Hare Krishna.
So she gave the answer Rahul. Why? Why is it Rahul? Because Rahul was investing his energy in studying instead of only thinking. So if you study without thinking of the result, so your productivity will automatically increase. And if you think a lot, what will happen, and then you study. So your studying hours will reduce, and even your productivity while you are writing the examination, you will undergo stress because your studies were not proper. You will miss on the part of writing, and you will fall sick on next examination. And that happens with most of the students because they are not thinking on giving their time 100% to now on reading, studying, understanding. They give time more on what the results will come, or how people will react in next class. How will I perform? I need to choose a career. I need to go for a medical examination. I must get 95%. If it will not come, what will happen? My career will go away. Why? What I will become? How will I face my parents? How will I face my society? So this is what society is giving to the students. Pressure, 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 expectations, pressure, expectations. Though parents have not performed good in their career or academics, but they want their children should perform. So if student asks to mother or father, can you show me that you got 96% in your examination, your mark sheet 25 years back? They will say, no, we did not get so much facilities, how much we are providing you. Facilities is not so important. At that time also people were performing 100%. At that time also people were becoming prime ministers and presidents and engineers. What you became and what kind of expectations you are keeping. Your parents also had the same expectations and you could not fulfill. So now time has arrived because of we have already lost so many lives. People are undergoing suicide. If we all as a whole society need to protect the living souls undergoing stress and losing their life, or parents undergoing stress and losing their lives because their children could not perform well, we need to understand only the spirituality can help people like living this stressful life. Only the spirituality. So make your students, make your peer group, parents make your children, or the society make the society aware and request, please do not force for the academic scores. They are not only the purpose of success or not. If the fear of forgetfulness will remain in a child while performing, how he will perform? There is one family, I will not take name. Mother created so much of panic for the child examination for performing in class 10th that mother has undergone a very severe psychiatric problem. Now she is taking 8 medicines per day to overcome stress. Who was in 10th? The child was in 10th. Mother was not in 10th class. Though mother has no relation with performance. Just that what I will reply to my relatives, my family people, what percentage my son got, what career he opted. Did he choose medical? Did he choose the um, path of PCM? Did he choose arts, commerce? What I will reply. Father was a big engineer and the son is not performing well. So with that stress, she was cribbing, pressurizing. Child was not able to perform good. He was not able to clear any of the engineering examination. He was not able to clear any of the medical examination. And with this all results, she said, I can't be with you now. You need to leave house. And she is under stress, living very medically ill condition. Child is studying in some other college, so-called a general college, living his life well now, doing very good under the different environment. Because of these parents, because of this community who does not understand anything. So students also need to understand that we have to study. We cannot run away from studies. We need to give our time. But most importantly, you have to study whole year. Do not study in the last time. Do not study in the last time with lot of pressure of performance. Study whole year. If you study 3 hours, this is research says per day, giving you 100%, you never undergo stress while examinations, while performing any interview sessions, while doing any entrance examinations. But students never give 3 hours study. Even in a spiritual life, Srila Prabhupada has asked devotees to study at least 2 hours per day or at least 1 hour a day spiritual books. They ignore, saying that I will study tomorrow, day after tomorrow, but that tomorrow will never arrive in our lives. And they are waiting for the last moment of life. That when last moment will come, we will study lot of books. And they keep purchasing, keeping in their shelf, keeping the lectures downloaded in their hard disk. But when the last time comes, the books will not help. The knowledge saved, the lecture saved in the memory card will not help. What will help? What is there in your consciousness? Similarly, a student having lot of reference books, laptop is filled with lot of knowledge in the Google saved on the Google Drive or the clouds. But what kind of knowledge is in your consciousness, in your thought process? That will help. So forgetfulness, the fear of forgetfulness, that I will forget and the last time, the child cannot perform now. So how you can remember for longer time if you are in fear? Fear means, the full form of fear is that fear is not the fact what is happening in our life. So sometimes person does not understand that what is happening, and undergoes a stress, lot of stress, fearful states. So if we study, fear is what is fear? Fear of examination, fear of not performing, fear of not getting good marks, fear of losing the career, fear of losing the ear, fear. So what do you mean by fear? Fear is false evidences appears real. So whatever we are thinking that it is real, it is real. My score is everything. My success depending on my 99%, my entrance examination. This evidence is false. This is not real. So do not become fearful. Fearful state takes away our consciousness, our focus, and we cannot focus in the current situation. So I just want to give some points more, that if somebody says you are fail in examination, people keep saying for God forbidden, but if somebody fails in examination or not perform in good score, does not couldn't get good marks, people say that you fail. And this word appears even in dreams. So what do you mean by fail? Fail means first attempt in learning. So fail means your first attempt in learning. It means you could not perform good this time and you need to learn more to perform next time. If somebody says no, no means next opportunity is waiting for you. Maybe this door is closed, but this does not mean that all the doors of life closed. Srila Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON, used to say, even if you feel all the doors are closed and I could not perform anything, still God has created one special door for you. Just try to open that door. And when you open the door, the complete world is waiting for you to welcome. There's one door for everyone. So do not think that all the doors are closed. If somebody says, it is enough, enough is enough, end your life, it's enough now. So end. What do you mean by end? The word, even after the movies, they say the end. End. End of career. This is end of my career. This is end of my learning. End means efforts never dies. So if my efforts never dies, why I think when the corona was there in the world in 2020-21, as in ISKCON, we opened one center called Counseling Center from ISKCON. Now other people are taking care of it, though it was started by few of the senior devotees as a counselor. We are still doing it, but not on the major scale. Other devotees are doing it on a major scale. So while I was doing counseling, every day I used to get so many calls where person wants to end the life, though if I ask on their careers, they were so greatly performing their career currently, but still they want to end their life. Why? Because they have certain expectations from life which could not fulfill. So they want to end up life. So do not keep any expectations from life. You will get only what is there in your destiny. So when somebody hears the statement that we will get what is there in destiny, then they think, then what is the use of doing the hard work? We will not do hard work, because if we will get what is destined, why to do hard work? But maybe it is written in your destiny that when you do hard work, only then you are able to get what is there in your destiny. That is also destined. That is also destined. It is destined that one person is going through a jungle, forest, a great forest, a dense forest, and he's feeling thirsty. It is destined that he will get water in the mid of the forest. And he reached to a place where he thinks that water could be here. And it is destined that he will get water today. But he need to dig the well. The moment he will dig the well, he will get water, which is destined that he will get the water in the middle of the forest. So people live on two extremes of their life. Either God will do everything, my destiny will do everything. Either on one part that I will do everything. Though Nyaya Shastra says we need to be on the middle part, that I also perform my side, and then destiny will provide what is destined in my life. For example, the Nyaya Shastra says this is called as Kup Nyaya. Kup Nyaya means the judgment of a well. Well means Kup. In Hindi we say Kua. If somebody falls under a well and wants to come out and he's shouting, please save me, please take me out from this well, the person outside the well will hear it and try to help as per the destiny. He will get the help. He will throw a rope inside the well. Now the person drowning in the well need to hold the rope and need to put an effort to come out. And the other person on the side will also put an effort to pull the person out. So there is effort of two people, one who is pulling out and one who is holding the rope. This is called as the Kup Nyaya, the judgment of a well. So if you think that God will drag me out, but you need to hold it tightly. So perform 100%, give 100% to your studies, and wait for the result, whatever destiny has planned for you. And do not become stressed out that if this door is closed, this career is closed, then what I will do. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of career waiting for you to perform. Srila Prabhupada is an example of that anybody can get success at any point of time. Srila Prabhupada was at the age of 70 when he went to America, taking all his books, Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavatam. He kept waiting for whole the year. But the more he grows old, his aura grows, his knowledge grows, the mercy of God grows. And he transformed the complete world in just 11 years, the last part of his life. Sometimes people say, we are in the last part of our life. Can we bring some revolution? Can we do something good? Will we be able to meet God? Because we wasted whole life. We are on the last part of our lives. Srila Prabhupada is the biggest example. And Srila Prabhupada example being used by all the Indian so-called acharyas and from the other community people also. Whether you talk about Sadgurus, whether you talk about Art of Living Shri Ravi Shankar, you talk about other Mathadish, other Bhagavad Katha Vachaks, everybody utilizes the examples of Srila Prabhupada because no one could do what Srila Prabhupada achieved. People know Swami Vivekananda, who could not do much. He gave only one class in Chicago. And people listened to that class. That among Indians, among foreigners, one Indian person went to Chicago and he gave one class. People know about Vivekananda. They keep talking about Vivekananda. Just compare it. What Vivekananda has did in his life and what Srila Prabhupada has done in his life. When I meet some Swami Vivekananda followers, and when I tell what Prabhupada has done, Swami Vivekananda gave one lecture in Chicago. Prabhupada gave more than 5,000 lectures in all the countries of the world, 14 times. Why people don't know about Prabhupada? Because of us. Because the Mayavadi followers of Swami Vivekananda, they distributed the knowledge, the corrupted knowledge, the knowledge with this virus, not the perfect knowledge, around the globe to everyone in the textbooks of schools, everywhere. And ISKCON people think that we should not distribute this knowledge to many people who will respect Bhagavad Gita, or we should give Bhagavad Gita only to the person who respect Bhagavad Gita. Swami Vivekananda followers are thinking it, that we will give our book of Swami Vivekananda to only who will respect Swami Vivekananda. No, they are distributing like a newspaper. So we have to distribute our books like other communities are doing it, because Prabhupada is not a normal human being. He's such an exalted soul, a Nitya Siddha Vaishnava, who appeared in our parampara and done so much. He gave Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam in English, which was translated in more than 86 languages. So just imagine if Prabhupada could do it at the age of 70. We are the grandchildren or the great grandchildren of Prabhupada. Why we can't do anything for Prabhupada or for this movement? And age is no bar. Prabhupada did at 70. And people at the age of 15 become frustrated. And I could not perform. How will I perform? Why to become frustrated? So I end up here. I've already taken your time. If any student has any question or any parent, we can discuss. Prem Priya Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Amazing session you did, Prabhuji, as usual. And many things we learn it, as well as the full form of the fail and so many things we never heard it. So it's very nice session. Hare Krishna Amit Prabhu, do you want to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, very wonderful class Prabhuji, especially the way you connected the dots between academics and the spirituality. That is very wonderful Prabhuji, and by giving the examples, it is like you can say that topping on ice cream. It was really a wonderful class, and I think the most important thing which can be understandable from a youth's perspective or from a student's perspective is that do not wait until the last moment, and never rush towards the success. If you give your time dedicatedly, the success will automatically come to your way. So you need not to rush towards the success. You just do your best effort by, as you said, by giving like 3 hours or a couple of hours a day, and you will not be in a stress at the last moment. So that was the I think key highlight for the session. But yeah, overall it is a very wonderful and excellent class, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. And Prabhuji, do you have some time to take a couple of questions, or like?
Yeah, we can take 2-3 questions.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, so youths, I'm requesting you to please raise your hands if you have any questions to Prabhuji regarding today's lecture. Let me see. So Prabhuji, we have Kavya Das. So Kavya, unmute yourself and proceed with your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
प्रणाम प्रभुजी। प्रभुजी मुझे हमारे ठाकुर जी की ना अभी आरती हुई थी, मुझे ना आपका वर्क ठाकुर जी दिखाने थे एक बार मैं शो कर सकती हूँ?
Wow, so nice.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. Okay. Thank you, Kavya. Next question.
Next is Subhash. Subhash, can you please unmute yourself and please proceed with your answer, with your question? Sorry.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
Pranam.
प्रभु जी, हमारा क्वेश्चन था, जैसे सुबह मैं मंगलाचरण वो मंगला आरती नहीं कर पाता हूँ और सब करता हूँ।
We will reply only to the questions related to today's session.
ओके सर।
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. So, Subhash, do you have any questions related to today's session, or can we proceed to the next one?
प्रभु जी, आज का मैं ज्यादा क्लास ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाया, इसलिए आज का क्वेश्चन
Okay,
Thank
no
you.
problem. No problem. Mihika, please unmute
Thank-
yourself.
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much Prabhuji for like all the points, like all the acronyms that you said and how you described the cause. So Prabhuji, I have one question. Prabhuji, how do we know if the person who we are going to trust on, or like who we're going to make our friend, or like who we're going to associate with, is going to be motivational and not going to deceive you?
Yeah. So that kind of understanding we need to discuss it with our parents. A person who is performing good in academics, who is not criticizing or cribbing for the facilities, and we can trust few of the people in our life, but not on everyone. Because if we keep trusting on everyone, then it's also difficult. So we need to choose very religiously the kind of friends who have never cheated us, who give their time to studies, who are very genuine in replying answers, who are very good in their nature with their parents, who respect others, teachers, and do not laugh on the back or crib or criticize. So we can make friends with such people.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we have Gaurav. Please unmute it.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी, आपने कहा सोल गॉड कनेक्शन का ना, सो हाउ कैन वी लव कृष्णा प्रभु जी?
We can love Krishna by hearing more about Krishna. If we want to develop love, that detailing is a symptom of love. So if you want to connect with Krishna, you need to hear classes, his kathas more and more, give you more time to spiritual talks, and that will create love for Krishna.
ओके प्रभु जी, थैंक यू। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hari Kirtan, please unmute yourself and proceed.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to ask, do you recommend any books to read?
I recommend Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. And till the time you are not able to read Bhagavad Gita, try to read the small books like the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj, the teachings of Queen Kunti, and they will help you to understand the philosophy given by the Vaishnava culture, Vaishnavacharyas, and that will also boost you in your studies also. And that will give you the right directions, right guidance, what to choose at what particular time.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, two more questions. So can we take?
Yeah.
So Poonam, can you please proceed with your question?
I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, we cannot hear you, Poonam. Okay, let's go back to Sushman.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Harish.
Prabhuji, I very interested to hear the lecture. It's very interesting. But one thing my mind comes is that about like failure, like the person, like the parents who have expectation about the studies, about the children who doesn't able to study very well, but the parents who wants the expectation of the like 100% A plus grades and all. So what do you can you please explain like what is the you know what is the process of that student who the parents wants the expectation of their student of studies to be A grades and
Both need to understand. Parents need to understand, and the child need to understand. If in a case where parents are not understanding, still a child should not worry about A grades or the grades only. You need to work. You need to work hard. Need to study, but do not worry about the results. That if A grade will not come, what will happen? Krishna has given everyone food, cloth, and shelter. These are the three basic requirements. And God is there to fulfill it. We just need to have a faith, more and more faith. Like child has a faith on parents. Similarly, we should have a faith, every individual have a faith on God, that God will provide me everything. Why I should worry? So if in some cases parents even try to create a pressure, the child should prepare his brain, his mind, that I will not accept the pressure, because whatever God will do best to me. I am putting up my 100%. Result is not in my hands.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
So we have couple of questions in chat also, Prabhuji. So I'm just quickly taking those.
Right.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my name is Sanjaya and I study in class 2nd Venkateshwar International School.
Okay.
So I visit to ISKCON Mandir with my mother and I like many things about ISKCON Mandir. I do darshan of Bhagwan Ji also. So my question is that do we have any Gurukul in ISKCON for girls?
We have a Gurukul for girls, but that is in Mayapur, and for the grown-up girls, not for the very small girls. Okay. Okay, Amit, you can take questions from the chat.
Yeah, Prabhuji, Krishnadas Prabhuji is asking how to avoid distractions because I want to study regularly, but cannot do it because I get distracted.
So distractions will keep coming. Arjun said to Krishna, Krishna chanchal bhi mana Krishna. Krishna, my mind is very chanchal and my mind keeps wavering here and there, but you just need to focus. Distractions, try to avoid the physical distractions first, like mobile, television, talking people. Try to find out a place which is silent. Try to find out a time of a day which is more pleasant, like morning hours of a day, and then read, study. And if you study with interest, distractions will reduce. God will see the kind of intensity, the kind of intentions, and similarly, God responds to individual.
Hope Krishna Prabhu, you got answer. I am moving to next one. Bharti Gupta Mataji is asking a question that how to stay away from lust.
So staying away from lust is only easy when you are connected to Krishna. There are two kinds of thing in this world. One is love and another is lust. Love means that love for Krishna, love for God, a love for devotees. And if we dovetail our love towards Krishna, Krishna books, Krishna lectures, Krishna deities, Krishna offerings, then automatically the lust will go away and love will take place.
Mataji, Bharti Mataji, hope you understand, who get your answer of your question. One more, Gaurav Das Prabhuji is asking how to increase devotion towards Krishna.
So I already replied for this question that to increase your devotion towards Krishna, whenever we want to increase our surrender, devotion, love, connection with someone, we go in detail about someone. If we want to welcome someone in our house, we want to get the details about that person coming. We want to welcome in our school some chief guest. We want to get the detail of that person, what he likes, where he wants to sit, what he wants to eat, what he wants to talk, how much hour he will speak, where he studied, what was his profession. Why we want the detail? To get the connection with that person. So if we want to increase our devotion, we need to chant, we need to read, we need to hear. These are the three basic components. Chant the name of the Lord, hear about Lord, and read about from the books of our.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Kavya, your hand is also raised. Do you have any question? Okay, Prabhuji. I think there is no more questions, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Yeah, Kavya.
जी काव्या।
प्रभु जी मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है, प्रभु जी मैं जैसे मैं स्कूल जाती हूँ तो मैं अपने फ्रेंड्स को जैसे कृष्ण जी के बारे में बताती हूँ, उनको जैसे स्टोरीज सुनाती हूँ उनकी, तो वो लोग इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेते, तो मैं क्या करूँ?
No problem.
मैं बताती भी हूँ।
People don't take interest in anything. Even you will not tell Krishna story, you tell about your own family stories, people are not interested. So let the people remain not interested and you remain interested.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. I think we don't have any more questions now.
Right.
Let me see on the chat. Yep, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, this was a very wonderful session, and I think everybody is clear about the motive of this class, about the purpose of the class, and about whatever you want to convey the message. So, if you allow, shall we wind up this call?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much for joining.
Prabhuji. Vancha kalptarvasya kripasan bhayuche patita nam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. His Grace Prashant Mukund Pr ki jai.
His Grace Prashant Mukund Pr ji ki jai. Hari Hari Bol. Hari
Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Amazing session, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hari Hari Bol. Hari Krishna.